think I'm using this. Oh. I don't know how to use this, but I guess it's a bias tape. Press it. We shall figure it out. I think we're using this base one. Now, I don't think I actually cut this on the bias. I think that's actually very clear because I used straight lines, which I think some means. Oh, I did watch exactly one video. That one kind of looks, oh, okay, it's like kind of stretchy actually. All right, so I saw a video that you're supposed to go like this. I might have to put once again, I'm guilty of not measuring and having issues because of it. And yet again, I'm gonna cut without measuring. Wait, loading. You did my right. So if you're going to do it better. But I did not. It's a small one. What is on? To the button. Maybe one of those like little mini. I have it kind of one line. I'm keeping my eye out for those like mini irons at the thrift store. So I see a lot of people buy them and then just like never use them really. But I would use mine. I'm not like other girls. I would use mine. Just kidding. I'm just like other girls. They love you girls. Am I a genius? I fear my delusions once again show me that I should stay delusional, which is dangerous. Every once in a while I think that I need to be like knocked down a couple pegs for my delusions, and it's really tricky because my friends and family really do hype up any delusion that I have, which is great, but I fear they've instilled the confidence in me to do whatever I want. Once again, we have the band of the t-shirt that I'm wearing playing in the background. We are currently listening to Real Horror Show by Days Brigade. Probably my favorite new music that I've gotten into in the past year. I saw them at When We Were Young in October. They were the first band on one of the main stages. I kind of stumbled upon them, released a new song that day or the day before, something like that, and by the end of the song, everybody was singing along, which I think is like so crazy. They were so good. And they're, whoops. Oh, nice. I almost hurt my little foot, but I didn't because there's a safety feature. Anyways, I'm wearing a shirt today. I think that was the whole entire point. It is funny because one of my nanny kids, they are a toddler, and we listen to a lot of my music in the car because they like it. You also listen to a lot of their music. I have a really good playlist for them. Anyways, that is neither here nor there. One of them is obsessed with Daisy Grenade. Like, the song How to Hide a Body, I almost said it wrong. He loves it. Unfortunately, it's a song about how to hide a body, so I did change the lyrics. I generally have a very strict no lying to kids policy, but that mostly refers to like important things that they should know if they're old enough to question. We have changed the lyrics to does anybody know how to hide a buddy? That's what they call their stuffies. And sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, we sing how to hide a buddy at nap time. And we have like a whole set of separate lyrics that we use, so. Oh, yeah. I'm a good nanny, I swear. What do we think of that bias tape? I think it looks pretty good. Okay, I don't know how much I'm gonna need, so I am gonna pause before I do too much more. What I'm doing is I'm using this to line this raw edge, give it a little bit more structure. So I'll just tuck the edge in. Okay, I'll go red. I guess that's not really an option for me because the way I cut it, but actually I can think if I did accidentally like kind of bias cut it, then I didn't know that I needed to do that, so it doesn't have to be an accident, you know? So I'm just gonna encase that raw edge. I don't think I have clips since it's not famous sewing, so I only need 4 that came with this kit. Okay. Go off bias tape? What the hell? I made this, it's working. I've never bought bias tape before, but I did make this apron. I made an apron at a sewing class, and they just had pre-made bias tape for us, so I just used what they had. So I've not ever done this by myself, but I'm feeling really excited about it. I feel like I left that there for a reason. I think I want to put the strap fabric in there before I do that. So I think I'm going to stop the bias tape situation right here. I'm probably actually just going to unzip all of this because I'm realizing that I want to do it in a different order, but since I'm almost done, let's just take a peek. My little one that likes Daisy Grenade also is obsessed with Chocolate Run. She sings this all the time. And Good Luck Babe. But actually, it's kind of funny because the version of Good Luck Babe that she prefers is like a pop punk version. And it's gonna be so funny to like see what the kids' music tastes are like growing up and just like their tastes in other things too, because I'm so different than their parents, especially my really little ones, in terms of like my like likes and interests, colors, all that kind of stuff. So it will be interesting to see if the kids pick up any of my interests. I mean, they kind of already are. One of my kiddos crochets with me, and another one expressed interest in crocheting with me this week, and also sewing with me last week. That kiddo did so. And they like my music, so hopefully in addition to like the good human qualities I'm trying to raise them with, they're also getting some of my, I don't know. Anyways, oh, you know what though? That's pretty long. I don't know. All right, so this is essentially what it will look like. Well, not quite, because I'll do that and then I'll fold this under. So the whole like inside basically will be lined. The bias tape, I definitely need more. I think tomorrow I'm going to go pick up my sewing machine and then maybe bring it back over here and do more sewing, but I think that's going to look good. I might not even flip it under. I might just like it like that and then do the neck strap in the same fabric and the back tie. I think I might need this to be longer. Yeah. That'll have to be longer, but I think there's another piece that I'm going to use for that. I might actually want it. Oh shoot, I forgot to throw my thrifted stuff in the washer with my clothes. Ooh, that reminds me. Those are probably ready. Alright, I'm going to go switch my clothes into the dryer and then I am going to probably make a little bit more of the bias tape. I cut a lot more. So I might also just use one of these for the neck strap. And for the neck strap, I kind of wish that I hadn't stitched these pockets yet, so that I could do that, but I'm sure I can still find a way to do it, but probably won't. Okay, so I'm gonna use one of these for the neck. I don't know if I want it to like be bias tape like. I don't know how else I'm gonna do it though. It's kind of narrow. What if I did like this and then flipped it inside out? I feel like that would be the perfect length. I don't have one of those like flipper inside outer things though. I do feel like I can figure it out. So, okay, so one of these for the neck. I'm gonna need another one of these as bias tape. This is not gonna be bias tape. Another one on that side. And maybe like one more to make the wrap go around further. I think it would be cool if it wrapped all the way around. I don't know if I have enough fabric. Why did I bring the fabric? Oh, because I just thought I was gonna make bias tape. Okay, I'm gonna make 2 more things of bias tape. Since I already have the iron and ironing board out, I'm not gonna pin it yet because I'm gonna have more pins. And I can't sew it anyway, so I think that's where we're gonna stop today. So this is what we're gonna do. Well, not where we're gonna stop, but where we're gonna end. We're gonna apron after we make bias tape. So yeah, I can't see what that looks like, but let's go to the back watch video. Yeah, and then this will probably fold under also my facing. Yeah, I do think I want to go facing. Okay. Let me be careful because I am notorious for sewing myself with pins that I put in myself like a dummy. That's the ADH life. Okay. I think I'm gonna fold it so that the pins are in the middle. Ah. And then I have all of this extra fabric, which I'm sure I can make something with. Alright, I'm gonna try this without, no. Wait. So I need one for the neck and 2 to make more bias tape. Oh, so I actually have 1 left. I might make that bias tape anyways, just because. All right, let's try this again. So you guys, I think that might have been the trick. Oh my god. Holy goodness gracious, that is so much easier. Okay, we did it, Joe. Look at that. Oh, that's not coffee. It just needs to be tight. Okay. I see. I didn't even have to watch another video. Oops. Okay, we're getting a little weird, and that's okay, because it's not really like tight down anymore. We like pressed it out a little bit. Maybe if I just push it from the other one and just double check it. Oh god, this song is from my favorite album. I think this is probably one of my favorite albums of all time. I really kind of want to make a list of like my top albums. I'm like a music-y person, I think. I'd say, as I literally only own band shirts and spent all of my concerts. The Record by Boy Genius. So good. Literally obsessed with it. It came out like kind of a pivotal time in my life, and I just really latched onto it. It is no skips for me. It is what introduced me to Julian Baker a little bit more. Got me more into Lucy Dacus. Also got me more into Phoebe Bridgers. I was always kind of like very regular about Phoebe Bridgers. You know, like I liked her, but not like I wasn't like obsessed with her music. I guess I'm still not obsessed with her music. That would be a stretch to say that, but I do listen to like quite a lot of her music now. Own the rights to any of the music in this video. I don't know what the rules are for that. I won't be able to include music in my videos, but I don't know, maybe I'll just try to upload it with like copyright comment, like I don't own the rights to this music. And just post it anyways and see what happens. It's not like I'm trying to be a like famous YouTuber. As I mentioned before, these videos are mostly for my friends and family. And if I'm being 1,000,000% honest, they're mostly for my mom. Although I will say my best friends have been like hyping me up in the group chat. My best friend since I was in middle school, and she lives on the East Coast, so I sent her stuff. Like she doesn't know what's up in my like day-to-day life every single day, or like when I'm doing this kind of stuff, like hobbies by myself. She doesn't really see that, so I wanted to make this for her. And like my mom is a very similar situation. My mom is like my bestie and my biggest hype person, and anytime I show her anything I've made, she like fawns over me like I'm the best thing ever on the planet, which we love. And yeah, and she lives also on the East Coast in a different place, but so yeah, just wanted them to be able to keep in a day of my life. And then of course my best friends here also are watching and hyping me up in our group chat. They do get to see me do this kind of stuff on like a fairly regular basis, because it is rare that Auntie Leah shows up to the function without some kind of craft to do. So they're always watching me do stuff, or I'll make stuff for that. Although I will say part of the reason I was wanting to make this is because I made one of my best friends, Amy, I thrifted a wicked blanket for her and turned it into like a cozy little house, like snuggy hoodie type of situation. And when I sent it to her, she's like, how, when, what did you do, how did this happen? And I thought it would be really cool to be like, it's so funny that you asked that question, because actually here's a YouTube video of me making it for you. So those are all the reasons this channel exists. So That is another bias tape, looking good. Look how good she looks. So I just teach all of this stuff to myself, which means maybe you can too. I know we're all different, but some things I think seem harder and more overwhelming than they actually are when you just try it. And when you're not afraid to like mess up or make a mistake, you actually can learn a lot of stuff, I feel like. Also, I thrift my fabrics and stuff for the most part. I really like thrifting blankets and then just kind of miscellaneous stuff that I think I can utilize the fabric or like flip whatever I'm buying into something that will be a little bit more ideal for like myself or the person I'm making for. But all that to say, I don't spend a lot of money on my materials, so it's a little bit easier to like give yourself grace and permission to not do a good job if you're not really spending very much money on the material. I know that a lot of people that I watch on YouTube, like professional fashion designers and seamstresses and stuff, like Kiana Bonolo is one of my favorite people on YouTube to watch for some videos, and you know, she's a professional, so she'll make something like out of muslin because you don't want to like cut the nice fabric. But I kind of, since I have ADHD, I know that making a mock-up in muslin is just something I'm never ever gonna do. Like I'm lucky if I cut to the fabric and actually finish the project for the first time. 0% chance I'm doing it more than one time. Instead of just being like, oh man, I can't do that because I have ADHD and that just is not gonna work for me. I need to cut the good fabric. I do cut the good fabric immediately, usually without measuring, which debatable if that is a smart move or not, but I do it. That's just who I am as a person, and it's really helpful to know that it just costs a couple bucks and it's not the end of the world if I mess up. And also, like, this fabric I got for free, so cheaper than a couple bucks. If you have ADHD and you want to learn how to sew, but you're worried about that kind of stuff and like perfectionism, my advice is to let go of perfectionism. Perfectionism for me is like the thief of my joy when I'm creating stuff. So yeah, so I had to get over it, and I'm over it. I can say with my full chest I'm fully over it, and I love most of the stuff I make, and everybody else loves it or lies to me, but they love it. So either way, it's fine with me. Keep up the good work, friends and family. Oh, that's okay. I wonder if the family that I'm boxing for is going to watch their camera that's behind me and just hear me talking to myself. Who knows? Okay. First off, so I don't burn myself again. I can use actually the burn gently. My hands are fine. I didn't burn myself too bad, thankfully. Okay, so now we have 2 of these. And I think I should try to like roll them together so they stay like that. I think that if I could go back and go to fashion school, I wonder sometimes if I would. I think fashion school would have been cool. I'm glad I went to like regular college, but I mean, if I could go back all over again, I would not go to college. But I don't regret going to college because some of the best things in my life came from going to college. I mean, not even just like the job opportunities and stuff, but like my family here, my nieces and nephews, I know them because of the college that I went to. So no regrets on that end. But if I go to fashion school now, without being like completely detrimental to my livelihood, I would. Okay, I think that's all I can do on that for now because the only other thing I'm gonna do is fold this in half. So together and then turn it inside out. I don't think I need to press it for that. Should I press it? Maybe I should press it. This is how I know I'm like getting better at sewing, because it's not that I like want to do it because I'm a perfectionist or I'm being a perfectionist. It's that I know it's going to cause me more problems later if I don't. And it's already out, so why not just press, and then I'll just probably straight stitch. Well, I'll probably, I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I'm thinking, wondering if I should overlock or zigzag stitch the raw hems so that they don't what, you know. I don't even know, like, will the straight stitch, like, hold the fabric if it's, because it's kind of unraveled a little bit. I guess that's my concern. So I'm scared if I'll flip it inside out, or I'll straight stitch it, I'll flip it inside out, and then eventually it will, the straight stitches will be gone because it unraveled, so I don't know. But I think a zigzag stitch across, like, can I just overlock it together and then do a straight stitch? Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll just keep it like this, overlock it, and then do a straight stitch like really close to the overlock. And then flip it inside out. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Okay, this is already getting tell. It's gonna be so much easier. So, alright, so here's what we have so far. We have this is gonna be the neck strap. We have these, there's 3 of them total. One is on the garment right now. And we're just gonna do, okay. So we're gonna do one more piece here, lining, and then we're gonna connect another one to the fabric that looks like this that we have for the back tie. So the tie will be like partially red and then partially the white and black. And then the neck strap. And I think what I'll do is get a piece of facing, put this in between, like sandwich it in between. What did I do in my class? Okay, what I'll do is on the front, on the good side, put this here, then the facing, and then I'll flip it and stitch it down so that this is like locked between the apron fabric and the facing fabric. I'm gonna go kind of like that, so it'll be nice and sturdy. I'll make sure I make it big enough to like get our head on. I have the biggest head of my friend group, so if my head fits, it's fine. So probably like this. The bind will come all the way up, and then yeah, then we'll be done. We're getting there. Okay, I'm gonna just take this off. We can do that for today. Maybe we'll do some crocheting, or maybe we will do felt book. Yeah, maybe we'll do felt book. We'll see.